Hey guys, my name is Kay, and last week I turned 50, and I started to think about how I have traveled through time. And if you got a picture of me 30 years ago and held it up to me now, it would be apparent how I have traveled through time. Because even though for me the change has been gradual, that's a sudden look at, oh, here she is at 50, here she is at 20. Big difference. And so I was thinking about this idea of changing and how time changes us. This past summer, my family and I traveled to the Amazon in Brazil, where I spent quite a bit of time in my childhood. And my mother went with us, and we got to visit our home that my parents spent decades in, and I spent a few years in. And we had this memory of how the house was 30 years ago. And in our heads, like, it's unchanging. That's the way it is. But of course, when we saw it 30 years later, things had totally changed. It was almost like looking into the future at how things are destroyed and changed through time, kind of like my body 30 years later. And I was just struck by how we travel through time and the changes that come with that. Maybe some of you are dealing with sudden changes that aren't gradual. From one day to the next, you get a cancer diagnosis, and all of a sudden, even though you still feel the same, everything is totally different. Maybe you had a sudden loss of a loved one, or you lost a job, and all that financial security you thought you had in an instant was gone, and everything changed. Here's my encouragement for you today. As we grow older, as we have these sudden changes in our lives, there's one constant we can always rely on. Hebrews 13:8 says that Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And if you're feeling upside down because of the changes in your life, hold on to Jesus. He's never going to change. He's always the same. His love for you is constant.